if you could spotlight me real quick. Good evening to everybody. I just want to say, you know, let's go ahead and drop this link again in our chats, right? Let's not play with this thing. We got multiple 6-7-figure earners on this call right now. We need to actually go pack this thing out, right? We not playing with it, right? We got the team locked in out here in Maryland, right? So with that said, man, what are you going to do to make sure your team is locked in, right? We got the sauce. We got people that can actually help you come in and profit right now. We got people that can come in and help you get excellent risk to reward, right? We said we're going to make trading great again, right? We forgot that you can come in and make multiple 6 figures trading as well. People forgot that you could come in, copy, paste, profit, utilizing the gentleman that I'm about to bring up next, right? So with that said, everybody needs to be plugged in, not just your leaders, but your new members as well. What are you going to do right now? I'm not even going to bring them up until we get 100 plus. I'm going to be honest. I feel like the value that this man has to offer is disrespectful if we don't get like at least 100 plus on this call. So I'm gonna just go ahead and you know, go ahead and actually send this link out into your chats, right? And let's make sure we get 100 on this call, right? I need 100 for Justin, man. I need 100. If you made some money with Justin, drop some steady the gang in the chat. And while we waiting for the 100, drop some in all caps. We gonna type steady the gang in the chat. Light it up, man.
Steady the gang.
Steady the gang, man. Light it up, man. If you done made some money with my brother, man. And it's amazing just the story. I'm going to tell a quick little story while we get to 100, man. I literally remember going to Phoenix, Arizona with this individual, right? He was there and, you know, he is actually sitting in my car. I had to be P600, P1000, right? He actually rode in my car. We had a long conversation just talking about the charts. I told him how, you know, I looked up to what he was doing, the people he was impacting, and just to see us both here today. Right? 6-figure builders, 6-figure traders is phenomenal. I'm telling you what can happen in this business, family. Do not play with this thing. We need 2 more. I'm not bringing them until y'all blast the chats right now. Not bringing them until we blast the chats. So type plugged in, type on the call. Where y'all at? Wall Street is looking for you. Type it in the chat right now. We need that. We need that. Let's get it. Let's get it. Let's get it. So with that said, family, make sure you give this man your undivided attention. This is somebody who's almost single-handedly been able to change the game when it comes to smart money, change the game when it comes to sniper entries. You think you a sniper, right? You think you a sniper. Have you seen the type of entries that this man is giving out? Right? Like if you got somebody plugged into this business and they're not on this product, that's probably why they not like tearing the walls down to go tell the world about this business, right? When I found out about this product, I literally told everybody I know. Right? Because I need you guys to understand that everybody can actually do this, right? So with that said, let's drop some big C25s in the chat because y'all didn't even know my man is a chairman as well, right? He's not just a phenomenal trader, but my man shows you that he could do both, right? So with that said, drop some C25s in the chat. Right, y'all know how we like to do it. We speaking it into existence for my brother, the man, the myth, the legend, Mr. Justin Starboy Saini. Let's get it, man.
Yo, my brother Ray, what's going on? Kyle, family, what's going on? I want to give it back to y'all, bro. It's crazy. It's been an absolute pleasure being able to, you know, really watch you guys come up in this business, bro. Man, I remember that conversation we had in your truck, bro. You know, we were in Arizona. We were leaving an event. I wanted to leave early. You wanted to leave early. We both left. I think your girl was there with us too. And I remember riding in the truck back to the Pent. I remember having this conversation about growth and seeing the success that you desired in you already. And to see you go from that to, you know, now pushing C50, it's insane. Kyle, you know, being, you know, damn near 16, chairman 10, insane. And for everybody else on the call as well, man, I really want you guys to give it back. Drop some 777s in the chat for your leadership, for Ray, for Kyle, for my man, Mr. Take Profit. I see you right there, bro. For all the leaders on this call. For those of you who don't know me, you know, my name is Justin Saini. I'm a chairman 10 here with iMastery Academy. I'm the co-creator and co-founder of a product called Steady. My goal today is going to be breaking down some of Steady, what it is, how you guys can use it, and how you guys can elevate your trading with it. You know, I've been with iMastery Academy since October of 2016. I've been trading professionally with iMastery Academy since like early 2017, right? I used to be on an app called Swipe Trades. And even to this day, I still have the very best record on Swipe Trades to date. Now, I don't say it to brag or to impress you, just the mindset I've always had was always quality over quantity, right? So the trades we dish out, they're really all just focusing on quality opportunities in the market. Now, with that being said, over the next few moments that we're going to share, I'm going to teach you guys how you can maximize the amount of profits you can pull out of each position. And I'm going to show you guys some new stuff that was coming to Steady. We actually had a call with corporate today about where Steady's moving and headed. So I got some updates. You guys are the first people in the world to get these updates. So I'm really excited, right? But for those of you that don't necessarily know what Steady is, what I'm going to do real quick is I'm just going to share my screen. Steady.im. Cool. So when it comes down to Steady, family, Steady is just it's just a swing trading risk to reward tool, right? You're going to log in at steady.im. Now, when you log in at steady.im, you're going to get greeted with some short tutorials, like 3-4 minutes each. It's going to teach you how to use Steady, how to subscribe to the notifications so you don't miss out on a trade, you don't miss out on any giveaways, you don't miss out on any live sessions on Go Live. And then I also break down real risk management. A lot of people will tell you do a 0.01 per 100 or 0.1 per 1,000. That's all cap. When it comes down to it, we teach you based on having the best possible entries, how to maximize the amount of leverage you can put your account in. Really what that means is with Steady, we teach you how to over leverage your account without having to risk more than 1 to 2 to 3% of your account, right? We'll go over that a little bit more in depth. So when it comes down to it on Steady, we got strategies. You're going to have the pop-up, and then you're going to have an interactive chart. You can draw on this chart, you can mark up, you can analyze on this chart. It's a full chart. Now, on Steady, what's going to happen is very simple. At the top right, there's going to be this icon, this bell notification icon. If you click that, it's going to take you into the Steady Telegram. There's over 36,000 plus members in that Telegram. Super blessed about that. Now, what you're going to get access to, family, is you're going to get access to the alerts. I'm going to put the Telegram in the chat. You guys are more than welcome to join it. It's free to join. Within the chat, you're going to get, updates on trades that we've taken, TPs being hit, live sessions, and then this is the most important message, new trade ideas. Now, when you get a notification saying new trade idea, all you're going to do is you're going to go on your phone, log in to Steady.im, and then you're going to go to this alert panel. Under this alert panel, there's active trades, pending trades, and closed. 9 times out of 10, the trades are usually going to come in the pending folder, right? Every trade has an order ticket. So there's no cap in the wrap, right? There's no lying. There's no bullshit. There's no saying the take profits hit after the stop losses hit. There's none of that shit, right? It tells you when the trades were sent out. So you can see, okay, this is the most recent trade. If you click on this little icon right here, this blue one, you'll get a before and after of the chart. So you can see the trade before we take it, entries, TP, stops, etc. right? And that's all Steady really is. It's just going to be copying and pasting trades. Now, this is a web interface. I actually got word today that over the next coming weeks, we're actually going to have a Steady app in the App Store, right? So I don't know about y'all, but I'm dumbass excited about this app because it's going to be even easier for you guys to get access to these trades, right? Now, not only are we going to have an app where you guys are actually going to be able to copy and paste the trades. You don't got to log into IM Center. You don't got to log into steady.im. The same way you get a swipe coin, the same way you get a gold cup trade, the same way you get a swipe trade is the same way you guys are going to start receiving Steady trades, right? We're going to have some custom features as well within the app. I'm really freaking excited. I can't tell you guys enough how far we're going to blow this out of the water because I'll tell you guys this, family. On Steady, we focus on low risk and high reward profiling. Really what that means is we focus on getting the most out of each position that we're taking, right? So when it comes down to it, family, what we're going to do is I'm going to pull up a chart. I'm going to pull up this GBP-JPY chart. Now, when it comes down to GBP-JPY, I'm going to show you guys how you can maximize the amount of profits you're able to pull from the market, right? Now, before we get into that, I'm going to go live real quick. I got another update for y'all. So, so we teach on Go Live as well. We teach in English and Spanish, and in French. So if you go down to the strategies education in your language, you're going to see Steady. Now, when you click on Steady, you got myself Sundays and Wednesdays. 7 p.m. Eastern. You got Mr. John Dollery from the UK, phenomenal trader, a legitimate 7-figure trader, a legit mentor of mentors. This guy's taught thousands and thousands and thousands of students, like in a one-on-one basis. He goes on 10 a.m. Or 5 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. Then you got Mauricio. He's doing live trading in the New York sessions Tuesdays, Wednesdays, and Thursdays. 30 a.m. Tuesdays and Thursdays, and 8:30 a.m. on the FRX channel. Now, the cool thing about this is, we've never really built a in-depth course before, but now we got the go ahead to do so. So under my favorite sessions over the next coming weeks, I'm actually going to be going ahead and recording a 5-phase, 6-phase, 5-chapter, 6-chapter course. So it'll be chapter 1, and then it'll be, I'm still breaking down the courses and like what I want to break down, but it'll be chapter 1, and it's not going to be hour-long videos. Nobody's got time for that. Nobody wants to sit there for hours, right? It's going to be chapter 1. There might be 5 to 6 videos. They might range from 5 to 10 minutes each, breaking down the basic concepts and then combining them all together and then moving on to the next chapter. So you guys can learn, for those of you that actually have the desire of being self-sufficient. Now, that's for the people that want to learn, but for the people that just want to copy, paste, and profit the way we've been doing for years, here's an example. So this is a trade. This is the trade that we actually sent out on Steady today. So the take profit is right here at 142,700. Right about there, 142,700. So in this example, this trade is a 1 to 4.67 risk to reward, right? Now, what I'm going to do on today's call is I'm going to show you guys how to maximize each trade that we're sending out. Now, we've gotten it to the point where we can have risk to reward opportunities where they go to 1 to 10, 1 to 15, 1 to 20, 1 to 30, but it's hard to send those on the lower time frames. So what we're going to do is we're going to send higher time frame analysis. What I'm going to teach you guys how to do is I'm going to teach you guys how to change this into a trade where you're going to profit way more based on the same risk. So let's factor this in, family. On this trade is a 28 pip stop with 135 pip take profit, right? Now on Steady, we don't focus on pips. We don't focus on the lot size. We focus on the risk to reward, right? So I'm going to give you guys an example. On this trade, you can risk. On this trade, you can risk 3%. Let's say this. Let's say on this trade, we're risking 3% of our account to gain 14. So you can risk 3% to gain 14. Now, this was the basic trade that we had sent out, right? Let's put this into simpler numbers. Let's say the average new person in your organization, they're going to start trading with, let's say, $300, right? $300 is something that most people can start with, right? So let's say they're going to be trading with $300. They're going to risk 3%, which is $9 risk $9, right? And they can gain 42.03. Now that's off the basic trades. Now what I want you guys to understand is I'm going to give you guys a sauce and how you can actually magnify the amount of money you can pull out of the market. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to teach you guys about scaling into the lower time frame. So what I like to call this is multi-time frame analysis, really understanding the anatomy of the charts, right? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to basically, I'm going to do this. I'm going to find a point of interest on my chart, right? Now, the point of interest was this bearish candle here. This was that last candle down before the candle, before this big move up. So when it comes down to smart money, if you guys have studied smart money, this would be your institutional smart money entry candle. Most people are entering off that 50% and the price goes up, so on and so forth, right? Now, when it comes down to it, our stop was below the low. Now, what I want you guys to understand is when you start fine tuning it, and this is what the course is going to be all about. It's going to be about fine tuning exactly what it is that you're doing. Now, when you start scaling into the lower time frames, you're going to start seeing where price is actually being delivered. And really what that means is you're going to be able to see where price makes the last low. So in this example, I'm going to break this down the simplest of ways. This was the last candle down before the move up, right? Now, what does that mean? That means that this is the candle where the institutions are hedging their positions. So they sell, to then come and buy, right? I know if you guys are on Ray and Kyle's team, you guys are definitely, woke to what it is that's happening. So really what happens, family, is this, is there's orders trapped in this market. They push price down to come in. Now, when they buy price up, when they buy, as the price goes up, this bearish candle actually goes into drawdown. Now, what's going to happen is they're going to pull back their position to mitigate the trade, break even on the loss, and then continue riding up, right? So now what I want you guys to factor in is this. We're going to zoom in, right? So what we're going to do, and what I'm going to be teaching you guys in the course, is how you can risk literally 2-3% on your trades, but have insane growth. So now what do we see is this, is there was money that was trapped here. Now, when it comes down to this money was transferred from this candle into this candle, this little bearish candle. Now, that money was then transferred into this wick. Now, what I want you guys to understand is price never really came back to this lower portion of this wick. So now what do? What we do is we scale into all the lower time frames, right? Now, when it comes down to that, I'm just going to make this a little bit easier for myself. What I'm going to do is I'm going to zoom into this wick until there's like no more wick, right? People ask me, what's the best time frame to trade on? I'd surf through all these time frames. What I want you guys to do, if you're taking notes, I would say write down that price knows no time and time knows no price. You got to understand the relationship and the correlation between price and time. That's something I can teach you more in depth on Go Live. But what I'm doing is I'm slowly zooming in, and I'm zooming in until I find that last candle down before the move up. So boom, I found this candle right here. This was that last candle down before the move up, right? Now, what am I going to do? I'm going to measure this candle out, right? So I'm going to zoom in just to make it easier. You always want to make sure you're very accurate when you're marking up your charts, because the more precise and accurate you make it, the more success you're going to see. So boom. So there's that, right? Now, I zoomed in all the way to the 1 minute to find this opportunity, right? Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this to the 5 minute. I'm going to turn the chart back on. And what I want you guys to see is now I've taken a trade where I was taking an entry off the higher time frame. And now if we zoom in, now I'm finding these entries on the lower time frame, right? Now, what does trading off the lower time frame mean? It means this. Instead of having this trade, which was a 1 to 5, let's say this trade was a 1 to 5, right? We're just going to move this over real quick. This trade was a 1 to 5. We'll move that over. Let's zoom back in. Instead of having that trade that was a 1 to 5, now I'm entering off of the 50% of this channel that I just drew, right? Now, by doing so, I'm putting my entry at that 50%. I'm putting my stop right below the wick of this area right here. So literally right below this area, which is about a 3 pip stop. And then I'm still targeting the same, higher time frame, targets, right? So let's take this up. So most of the time when you guys are trading smart money, they'll tell you to take your profits at the last high. So let's just say in this example, we're taking it at these equal highs, right? Or actually, let's just say we're going all the way to our final TP, which is at 142,700. 142,700 is right here, right? So that's about 140 pips, same amount of pips. But now if we focus in on that risk to reward, now what we have is a 1 to 36.82. Right? Now, family, what do I want you guys to understand? On your original trade, you risked 3% to gain 14, which is amazing. But now when you fine tune it, now you're risking that same 3%. 8.82 equals. Now you're risking that same 3%, but now you're gaining 116%. Right? Now, let's put this into the aspect of money, right? I said that this trader was risking $9, right? So let's say this. In this trade, the newest person on your team, they could risk $9. What was the risk to reward on this? They could risk that $9, 36.82, boom. Let me make sure that's right. 9 times 36.82, boom, 110. They could risk that same $9, but this time they're gaining 110. Actually, that's wrong. 9 times 38. 9 times 36.82. Boom. Cool. Now they're gaining $331.38. Right? Now, another thing I want to break down is this. Is when you another thing I want to break down really quick, family, is when you have these opportunities off the lower time frames, even if it hits your entry area and you don't get in there, there's always an opportunity for you to find another entry off of these lower time frames, right? So here's an example. Once again, there's that last candle down before this big move up. And what does price do? It comes right back to that candle before it makes a move up. Really what's happening is it's giving you an opportunity to get in, but you got to scale through those time frames and get in, right? And really, guys, this is one of the biggest nuggets I can give you. Take your trades that you're finding on the higher time frames, like the 1 hour, the 4 hour, the 30, whatever it might be. And then once it hits your overall entry area, focus in on that time and zoom into the lower time frames and try to find another institutional sponsorship candle. Trying to find those candles that are making that move down before that move up. And then you get another opportunity to re-enter, right? Now, when you get these opportunities to re-enter, now you can really maximize the amount of profits you're able to pull, right? Because, you could risk 1% on this trade to make 36%. You can risk 2% on that trade to make whatever the hell 36 times 2 is. You can risk 3% to make that 116. What I want you guys to understand, it's all about taking these higher time frame trades and then breaking it down into a simpler way. So right now, what I'm working on is I'm about to start a new session for steady. If you guys are enjoying this so far, go ahead and drop some 7s in the chat. If you guys are enjoying this so far, go ahead and drop some 7s in the chat. Perfect. Now, what I'm going to be working on in steady is this. So I'm just going to delete this. Now, what I want you guys to understand is this is something new that we're going to be working on. And this is for the New York-London crossover. So this is something really interesting, and it's pretty dope. Shout out to Kyle because I was using a different indicator for this, and he gave me the proper one to be using, right? So this is going to be on the lower time frames, but this is going to be in these key times. So let me explain this. When it comes down to this indicator, what you guys are going to be doing is you're going to come into this indicator. It's called sessions on the chart, right? You're going to turn London session, New York session on, Tokyo session off, Sydney session off. So if you go to indicators, you're just going to type in sessions on, you're going to type in sessions on the chart. So if you click sessions on the chart, it's this one with 5,032, right? So this is 5,032. I don't know what the hell that means, but that's the one you're going to click on. From there, you're going to change the settings to London session, New York session, turn off Tokyo, turn off Sydney. Now, let me explain how the colors work. From this green, this is the London open, and this is the London close, right? Yo, Julian, can you keep it down, bro? I'm losing my train of thought, bro. This is the London open to London close. This is New York open to New York close. The best optimal time for you to take an opportunity is going to be in between these time frames right here, right? Between London and New York. So, I'll give you guys an example. I've been taking trades all this week throughout that time frame, that time zone, right? So what I want to do is really quickly, I want to share those with y'all. Give me one sec. Let me pull up my thing. So like I said, when it comes down to these times, I've been focusing in on only trading during those specific times because I want to make this new session for steady where people can hop on and make, live trades or live profits or whatever you want to say. Give me one sec, family. I'm trying to pull this up. It's not wanting to pull up. Give me one sec. Cool. So let me see. Can you guys see my screen right now? Yeah, for sure. So a little bit over the week. So I've been taking trades during this time frame, right? Now, took some L's today, which isn't a big deal, a couple $100. But made $7,000 for this week on my live account, right? No cap on the wrap. I made $7,000 this week just trading off of these specific time frames, right? Now, what I want you guys to take away from that is right now we're going to start this new New York London session, this new London New York crossover session. Now, the powerful thing about that is you're going to, again, time frame correlation. You're going to take what you're seeing on the higher time frames, you're going to zoom in, right? So really what I saw was this. I saw this wick, right? Now, I knew that what's important is zooming into that wick. Now, when I zoomed into that wick, what I ended up finding was I found this last candle down before the move up, right? Okay, perfect. Last candle down before the move up. You could say that there was some liquidity right here, and then that liquidity got taken there, and so on and so forth. So what does that mean? All it really means is this, family. It means that what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead, zoom in just so we're very precise. And then we're going to tap in with this candle. Now, once we tapped in with this candle, what I want you guys to factor in is you get a higher time frame entry. You're going to get a higher time frame entry. You're going to get a higher time frame entry with a lower time frame target, right? Or you're going to get a lower time frame entry with a higher time frame target. We're almost done. Just give me like 5 minutes. So, whether we're going back up to the highs, whatever it might be, gold was really busting. Now, in this example, this was 40 pips for 280. Now, that's a 1 to 6.8, right? Now, just like I said, look, what I want you guys to understand is this entry happened during this London, New York session crossover. So what are we going to do? We're going to zoom back into that bitch one more time. All right, cool. We're going to keep zooming. We're going to find that last candle down before the move up, which was right there on that 4-minute time frame, right? So now what do? We take this trade right here. We reanalyze it like so. We're taking that off the 50. You could put your stop below the wicks about, you can do 6 to 12 pips, and then you're having the same upside target. But now you have, instead of a 1 to 6 risk to reward, now you got a 1 to 23. So when we're sending out trades, family, what I want you guys to understand is when it hits that entry point, zoom into the lower time frames and find a re-entry off of the lower time frame. Now, when you guys do this, this is going to maximize the amount of profits you're going to be able to pull from the market. Now, example, you could have risked 1% to gain 6.8% on this trade, or you could have risked that same 1% to gain 23%, right? Or you could have risked 2% to gain 12, or you could have risked 2% to gain 50, right? And it's all about zooming in, and that's something new that's coming to steady. And obviously, we're going to have a full in-depth course as well, right? Now, with that being said, family, what I want you guys to do is I want you guys to tap in, right? If you trade HFX, amazing, right? You can copy and paste on steady and make money both ways, right? If you're trading Forex, tap in, because these next few months are going to be crazy. We just let you guys know. You guys are the first group of people that I'm actually letting know that, we're going to have an app. I'm going to be redoing the go lives. We're going to have a full course. And on top of that, I'm going to be trading the New York session, the New York London crossover live in the mornings with you guys, so we can get to the fucking bag, get crazy risk rewards every morning. Those are intraday trades too. You don't got to sit in them hoes for a long time. Just a couple hours in and out with the bag, and then we're out, right? With that being said, family, Kyle, Ray, appreciate y'all boys for having me, man. Love y'all. Make sure you guys go into your shopping cart and add on steady. If you don't have steady, you're sleeping. And if you're sleeping, it's time to wake up, because 2021 is the year to go chairman. And the way you're going to go chairman is plugging into the products and plugging into the system that Ray and Kyle have created. Now, that being said, appreciate y'all once again. Ray, I'm going to throw it back to you, bro. I'm going to go ahead and make you the host. And guys, you know, I had a lot of fun. Hopefully you guys had fun. If you guys enjoyed today's session, you know, tap in on Go Live, guys. Tap in, tap in, tap in. And I'll see y'all at the top. Y'all be easy. Peace.
Sheesh. Yo, let's get it. Let's get it. Let's get it, man. Drop some 777s in the chat, man, if y'all super excited to get tapped in with Steady, man. Because I don't know about y'all, but, you know, even in the spite of HFX, even in the spite of Money in Minutes, I always been the guy that loved the risk to award, man. Like, I love risk to award. He said you could risk 2% to make 50%. I don't know if you guys really understand what that means, but you can come and tell the newest person that's afraid of trading, afraid to risk their money, like, listen, you could literally risk a couple dollars to almost flip your account. Like, this is information, right, that you need to truly understand, so that way you can properly inform people, properly inform yourself, and properly start to make that income, right? So with that said, man, you definitely tap in tomorrow, right? Couple adjustments to the schedule, right? Couple adjustments to the schedule. Tomorrow we'll actually have Abel, right? We'll actually have Abel, and then we'll do Jason Brown on Thursday, all right? Not Wednesday, but actually Thursday, right? So with that said, let me just double check that just to make sure. I don't want to make sure I'm giving any misinformation. Hold on. Right. So look, we'll actually do, my apologies, right? Jason Brown will be tomorrow. Okay, Jason Brown will be tomorrow, and Abel will actually be Thursday. So make sure you tap in. Tomorrow's call will be at 10 p.m. Eastern time, right? 10 p.m. Eastern time, because we have to move Big 750 on the call, right? Big 750, he's a busy man, very busy man, but he actually took time out of his day to come give us value and teach y'all about cryptocurrency, all right? Teach y'all how, you know, Bitcoin, all these other Ethereum, all these other coins are actually going crazy. And I've seen his portfolio, right? I've seen it with my own two eyes. Like, he's made multiple M's just off crypto alone. So if you're not on this call, you seriously playing yourself. Go ahead and promote it tomorrow, 10 p.m. Eastern. Let's get it. Tap in, family. I'll see y'all at the top. It's the bottom way too crowd. Might need me a speedball, I got all this water. Might take me a free go, I go cross the water. She get with a detour and went on the swamp.